How you guys feeling today? After last night, huh? It's what we expected, right? It's what we expected. It's a shame to see the Steelers celebrate like that on our field. Not sure what they're really celebrating because they need some things to happen before they get in the playoffs. And are they even going to do anything in the playoffs? I mean, anything could happen, right? I just don't see it. I don't see it with them. I could be very wrong, which I've had in the past. And, you know, back when they won their Super Bowl in 2005, I think, 2005, they went in at the 6th seed, right? But they had a defense. And they had Roethlisberger. They don't have many of those things, especially with the TJ Watt injury, which is unfortunate. Watching that happen in real time, man, anything can happen in these games. That's why I don't like having this game as the last game of the season, you know? It's too brutal. So we'll get into it. Steelers game reaction. My reaction, like I said, I don't think that it could have turned out any differently. I'm a little disappointed in how poorly Huntley played. I don't know if it was the field, the weather, for sure. Yeah. His pass game has regressed. It just doesn't look like it did last year. If he would have played how he played last night in that playoff game last year, we wouldn't have had a chance against the Bengals. We would not have had a chance. But yeah, it's a very wet game. If you like 1960s style football, that was your game. That was your game. 2 horrible passing games, questionable quarterbacks. I mean, the stat line, it's very similar between Mason Rudolph and Tyler Huntley. Rudolph was 18 for 20 for 152 yards, 1 TD. Huntley was 15 for 28 and 146 yards, 1 TD. So, I mean, we know what we have with Lamar. Steelers fans are excited. I don't know why with Rudolph. I don't see it. He played almost equal to how Tyler Huntley played, and I thought that Tyler Huntley could kind of be a liftoff point for him, and he could potentially be a number one on a team that's absolutely desperate. But man, this game was not a good showing for him. Not a good showing. And Rudolph, I mean, if you read some of the reports coming out of Pittsburgh, they still are all in with Kenny Pickett. I honestly think they need a QB. I mean, I do. Steelers fans can argue that as much as they want. I don't see any of their options working out for them. I really don't. Hey, and if you listened to my advice earlier by betting the under, you made some money. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. So the under was, I think, 35 and a half. 27 total points scored. And it's one of those games where after watching for 3 hours, just like, I want my time back. Can I reset? Can I go back in time and get that 3 hours back? No offense to the Ravens, no offense to, any of the players or the coaches, but man, I just, hats off to everyone who showed up. A lot of Steeler fans, but I feel like they bought those tickets like at the beginning of the season and they were not missing it. That was their Super Bowl. We'll see if they get in the playoffs. I mean, big if today. They need Miami to win. So if the Bills win, okay. This is complicated, man. This is very complicated. And I am glad that I am not watching these games today to root for my team to make the playoffs. So, Mr. Melvin Gordon, doghouse. He's in the doghouse. Absolutely. He's got fumbleitis, man. He's really got fumbleitis. I'm not sure if he's even going to play in the playoffs. His replacement's on the way, though. Dalvin Cook. Hopefully he can learn the playbook though. I mean, myself would come in and I struggle with that, having to learn the playbook that quickly. We will see how he adjusts. But back to Tyler Huntley. Not a good game for him. Is it me or did he lose his speed? Again, the field was slippery, right? But the Steelers had no problem at all running the ball with Najee Harris. He slipped a little bit. He was able to make cuts, right? They ran all over us. And we had a couple starters out there. Now, were we missing Roquan? Yes, we were. Were we missing a couple other guys out there? Yes, we were. Let's talk a little about Trenton Simpson. Wow. I think we're going to be, Ravens fans, I think we're going to be okay if Patrick Queen parts ways next year with Trenton Simpson. I really do. He is he. Absolute dog out there. Absolute dog. 6 tackles, 1 sack. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too about Trenton Simpson, man. He looked like a beast out there. But back to the Steelers. We'll see. I mean, they're excited to make the playoffs, but as some of the teams in the wild card round sitting there trying to figure out who they're going to play, I would be excited to have to play them in the playoffs. They don't have a quarterback. Watt could be out. They have other injuries. Najee Harris is their only offensive weapon. George Pickens, Jesus Christ. Dan Orlovsky, hearing him talk about George Pickens that game for 3 hours. Jesus Christ. Like what? He didn't have a single catch. George Pickens did not have a single catch, and Dan Orlovsky, as a commentator, should not be salivating over the idea of him catching the ball, right? Be objective. It was like he had money on him or something. Dan Orlovsky, you are not Tony Romo. And this game that you proved it. You proved it. But anyways, we got some good games today, guys. Really looking forward to the Dolphins versus the Bills tonight. That's going to be a close one. I think Miami shows out. I think they show up and take it to the Bills. I really do. I don't see how they're going to make a statement from last week's game. They have to. So we'll see. We will see. But we have a great schedule of games today. Exciting stuff. We'll sit back as Ravens fans and pop some popcorn and watch what happens, right? But thank you for watching. If you like the video, if you like this content, please help me out by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. I will talk to you soon.